Your spring calves to the ring. In our summer junior 2-year-old class on the brown Swiss side of the ring, our second place junior goes to entry 1503, trackside Diego Rasco, exhibited by Tenley and Trayton Neville of Judah, Wisconsin. And placing first place junior goes to added entry 1507, Hobby Stock Famous Braley, exhibited by Garrett Waldenberger of Watertown, Wisconsin. And second place goes to entry 1502, Fairwell Ray Kamikaze, exhibited by Adam Allison Flores and Julie Cruzy of Holy Cross, Iowa. And your winning entry and first place bred and owned goes to entry 1501. She is VB Design Zappy, exhibited by Bailey Farms of Monticello, Wisconsin. Joe, what's your reasons?
Good morning, Brown Swiss Ring. Fantastic way to start the day with these summer junior 2-year-olds. I told the youngsters coming out first and second that if the right side of this cow's forerunner matched the left side, it'd be a 6-point cut. But as it is, that's not the way it goes. The cow in first place stole the cow in second, mainly because of her manual system. That rear udder, just higher and wider at the top, I prefer the venation. In addition, I think she's got a little bit more clean cutness and angularity all the way through. I'll rank my second place cow's got a snugger attachment on the right side of that forerunner. Also prefer the way she moves around the ring, particularly the way she puts that right rear foot for me today. Just likes the daringness and clean cutness. But a cow that's just recently been fresh here. Look forward to seeing her back again in about 30 days to see how she does and plays off. But it is her memory system that takes her over the cow coming down in second. She has more capacity in her own right to the rear udder over this nice cow coming down in third. Third over fourth, the definition of the scene. I prefer the heading that she's got to her memory system. I told the young lady before, if my last place cow is this good all day, it's going to be a heck of a show. Congratulations on a nice summer 2 class.
If you direct your attention over to the red-white range, and Chow has completed his placings in this first class of the morning, the spring calves exhibited by exhibitors 10 and under. In the junior division, second place, and also fourth in class, is entry 101, Oberlin Hulu Charlotte Red, exhibited by Carter and Cashton Coffeen of De Pere, Wisconsin. Placing third in the class is entry 102, Our Way Liberty Ready Tea, exhibited by Copper Ridge Farms of Janesville, Wisconsin. Second in the class and also the first place bred and owned entry is 108, Vandusky's Maple Leaf Red, exhibited by Brianne Brooklyn and Reed Vandusky of Cleveland, Wisconsin. And winning the class and also first place junior is entry 105, Crest Hills Sephora Red ET, exhibited by Briley Riker, Ledger, and Corbin Ferry of Hilbert, Wisconsin. Congratulations. And now to judge for his comments.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think we ought to give these competitors a round of applause to get our morning started. Irregardless of where they placed in the class, they've done a good job moving their calves around the ring, and it was fun directing traffic there. So at the top end of the class, we got a dairy pair of heifers. The winning heifer winning the class does so on our overall balance, just a little fuller and deeper in through her full, in through her forehead. I'm going to get right up on her. She's just got a little added width in through her rump structure, in through her pins, in through her hooks, and a heifer that walks on a nice set of feet and legs. Second over third, just sharper at the shoulder, a little cleaner in the thigh, similar made heifers with lots of substance about them. Third over fourth, it is that overall capacity to her midsection. It takes her over this super fancy calf coming out in fourth. I really admire the length, the femininity of the head, and that's what gets her above the heifer coming out here in fifth. Just a touch more feminine and a little more style about her over the heifer with the big open rib. Congratulations, nice class from top to bottom.
Currently in the bronze twist ring, we have the Spring Junior 2-year-old class. If you're marking your books in the red and white show, there were 8 exhibitors, 10 and under, who showed spring calves this morning. Reading down the list, entry 101 was 4th, 2nd junior, and the winning junior bred and owned entry for Carter and Cashton Caffeine of De Pere, Wisconsin. Entry 102 was 3rd. 103 and 104 did not show. 105 was the winning entry and also first place junior. Preston Sephora Red ET, exhibited by Bradley, Rucker, Ledger, and Corbin Ferry of Hilbert, Wisconsin. Entry 106 was 6th. 107 was 8th. 108 was 2nd and first place bred and owned. 109 was 5th and 3rd junior, and entry 110 was 7th. Coming into the ring at this time is our spring heifer calf class.
Attention Ayrshire and Jersey exhibitors. Just a reminder that the Ayrshire show will start at noon with heifers, and cows will be at approximately 3:30. Jersey show starts at 1 p.m. with the cows at approximately 4:30. So Ayrshire and Jersey heifers, Ayrshires are starting at noon, Jersey heifers are starting at 1.
As our Wisconsin Summer Championship Red and White show gets underway this morning, we'd like to take this opportunity to reintroduce our judge, Mr. Brent Howe. Brent and his wife Angela of Howe Holsteins reside in Aylmer, Ontario. Brent is an avid Holstein enthusiast, and over his career, he's worked with some very elite cattle and herds in the Holstein breed. He continues to own, exhibit, and market Holstein and Jersey genetics under Howe Holsteins, Inc. Currently, Brent is a genetic consultant with Select Sires Canada, where he works closely with his customers to make a more productive and efficient next generation. Additionally, he assists Walker Dairy Sales in Ontario with live and online sales management. Brent has officiated at multiple 4-H shows across Ontario, along with showmanship judge of the Western Classic, Canadian Classic, Nova Scotia Pro Show, Brockton's Countdown to the Classic, Idaho Junior Livestock Expo, and the Junior Division here in Madison at World Dairy Expo. Furthermore, Brent has experience judging at county shows, championships, state levels, the Futurity at World Dairy Expo, Ontario Spring Holstein Discovery Show, Vancouver Island Summer Show, and with international assignments in places like Costa Rica, Portugal, Japan, and Mexico. Certainly a solid resume, and we're excited to welcome him back this morning after judging 53 cows yesterday afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm Wisconsin welcome to our judge for the Red and White Show, Mr. Brent Howe.
Placings in our Spring Junior 2-year-old class. Congratulations to entry 1603, standing third, second place junior, and first place bred and owned. She is Olsen 4th Generation Spell, exhibited by Aaliyah Bunig of Blackard, Wisconsin. And standing second and first junior is Jacob Bentley of Pulaski, Wisconsin, showing CIE North Kill Creek Bell. And your winning entry is entry 1607, Seth's Collapsed Princess, exhibited by Sean and Seth Nails and Milk Source of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Now, Judge Sparrow, with your reasons.
Awesome Terry cows to start this Junior 2, spring Junior 2 class. At the end of the day, others beat the frame in this class. Our cow coming out first has got more boom boom in the back room. More height and width to that rear udder. More capacity all the way through that memory system. I will grant a second place cow is a powerhouse. Just a freight train of a cow out on the move. Love the dairy strength that this cow has. Massive rib to her, Obviously, Grant's her over back to the first place cow, but she lacks that rear udder to get her up in the top spot today. Second over third uses that massive, powerful frame she's got. Really, really love the uphill run, the correctness of look to take her over a quality udder cow coming out in third. Third place cow, you love the main system on this cow. Just want to straighten up that rump, but she does have more capacity back to that rear udder. Take over another quality cow coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth. It's a cow that handles those rear legs nice and warm today. In addition to a little more correct about the rump. And then fifth place over sixth place, just something bloom capacity to the rear udder. I'd like to see this sixth place cow just pushing a little bit harder on the milk today. Congratulations on a nice classic cow.
Now entering the ring are the senior 2-year-old cows. Our judge in the brown Swiss ring is Joe Sparrow. He is from Worthville, Kentucky. He and his wife Angela have 2 boys, Archie and Wiley. Joe is employed as a dairy nutritionist for Agra-King, and along with his father, Richard, and 2 brothers, Ben and Kirby, operates Fairdale Farms, LLC, a registered brown Swiss herd milking 45 head. The family has owned or bred over 50 All-American nominations, including the Intermediate Champion at World Dairy Expo and Supreme Champion at the North American International Livestock Expo. His judging accolades include the International Brown Swiss Show in 2019, the International Milking Shorthorns at World Dairy Expo in 2021, as well as serving as the Associate for the International Brown Swiss Show at World Dairy Expo in 2013. Let's give Joe Sparrow a nice round of applause.
Judge Howe is making his final selections in this class of spring calves. Please have your winter calves headed to the ring. Judge Howe has completed his placings in this class of red and white spring calves. Placing third in the class and also second junior is the entry we welcome back from the 10 and under class, entry 105. Chris Hill Sephora Ready T, exhibited by Bradley, Riker, Ledger, and Corbin Ferry of Hilbert, Wisconsin. Second in the class and the winning junior is entry 214. Trent Way Our Dream Ready T, exhibited by Garrett and Walker Allness of Alders, Wisconsin. And winning the class and also first place Brennan owned is entry 206. Bam Lane Hulu Tegan Ready T, exhibited by Brian Coyne and Patrick Craig of Waterloo, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Now to judge for his comments on this class.
Well, red class of Heifers here, if you would give them a round of applause here. It's a bit of a close placing when you get right down to it at the top end of this class here. However, I prefer this calf in first. She just stands a little more comfortably on her rear legs when you do the stop, keeps them under a touch more, just a little more correctness in the way she handles those rear legs. All kinds of width of muzzle and just love the chest. And just a very, very balanced, very youthful looking heifer to win the class. Second over third, just a little smoother up to her front end, the way she blends through her parts, through her shoulder. And again, just a real clean thigh heifer as well. Beautiful open rib on this calf in second. She's heifer in third over the heifer in fourth. It's overall bearingness about her. A little cleaner in her thigh, a little cleaner up to her head and her neck. A little more openness and drop to the rib if you will, along with the calf coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, a little cleaner hawk in the leg. Just prefer the way she moves on those rear legs. Over a well-grown calf coming out here in fifth. Fifth over sixth, a little more calf overall from end to end. A little more depth of rib throughout. But what a nice class of heifers there. Congratulations.
They didn't charge you fellas too much for coming in.
This class of senior 2-year-old cows, our third place and second place junior goes to entry 1704, Genlar Cliff Westward, exhibited by Brianna and Abby Meyer. Second place and first place junior goes to entry 1709, Genlar Diego Wedding, exhibited by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. And your winning entry and first place bred and owned goes to Hilltop Acres D. Courtney, exhibited by Dennis Nation of Kalmar, Iowa. Now Judge Sparrow with your reasons.
What an awesome class of senior 2-year-olds here. The long you let the cake bake, or this one here just can't be denied. Cow that today is the best udder cow in the class. Not the prettiest udder, so to speak, but she does have the best udder. Advantages 1 over 2. I prefer the way that rear udder blends at the top. Nicer, snugs right in there, tight into the body wall, blends a little bit higher. In addition, I prefer the fore-udder attachment. I really like the fore-udder on the right side compared to the cow on the second. Second cow keeps it close on that big, beautiful dairy frame. She's sharper, she's cleaner, more udder from end to end. Just want to tuck in those two things on her manual system to get her any higher. I will also grant she's got more width at the bottom of that rear udder, just doesn't have it at the top, which is where I want to see it today. Second on the third, uses that capacious width back to that rear udder. In addition, she's sharper, cleaner throughout, more femininity through that head and neck region, cleaner through the hide, just more of a dairy cow than the cow coming out in third. Third place cow has a correct memory system, just like to see it more capacious, but she's so much cleaner right through that shoulder region, and this awesome udder cow coming out in fourth. Really, really love the beautiful memory system on this fourth place cow. Just lacks the femininity and the dairiness over that shoulders, through that neck region, right through that hop for me to get her any higher. Fifth place cows are a problem cow in the class for me. When you see her on the left side at that 3/4 angle, you think she pushes up second, third. When you look at it, that right side, just not that balance on the other floor. Not tucked in on that four-letter on the right side, as nice as I'd like to see it today. But she does have so much more length to that frame to take her over the cow at 6. Congratulations on an awesome senior two-year-old class.
Over in the red line ring, if you're marking your catalogs, there were 22 spring calves. Reading down the list, entry from the previous class, entry 101 was 16th, and entry 105 was 3rd and 2nd junior. That was from the 10 and under class. And reading down the list, entry 201 was 8th and 5th junior, 202 was 10th, 203 was 6th, 204 was 9th, 205 was 22nd. Entry 206 was the winning entry and also first place Bretton owned. Family Hulu Tegan Ready Tea, exhibited by Brian Point and Patrick Craig of Waterloo, Wisconsin. Entry 207 was 4th, 208 was 20th, 209 was 7th and 4th junior, 210 was 21st, 211 was 14th, 212 was 5th and 3rd junior, and she was also the winning junior Bretton owned entry for Brianne Brooklyn and Reed Nandusky of Cleveland. 213 was 19th, 214 was 2nd, and the winning junior for Garrett and Walker Alness of Valders. 215 was 18th, 216 did not show, 217 was 11th, 218 was 17th. Added entry 219 was 13th for Demi Camps of Darlington. Added entry 220 was 12th for Mila DeGangi of Darlington. And added entry 222 was 15th for the Grinstead and Boyd families of Fond du Lac. The class in the red and white ring at this time is the Winter Calves.
Currently in the bronze Swiss ring are the junior 3-year-old cows. in this junior 3-year-old class of Brown Swiss. Third place and first place bred and owned goes to Jaden Shack Dougie, exhibited by Hayden Olshan of Ellsworth, Wisconsin. Placing second and second junior is Genlar Rasta Warbler, exhibited by Brianne Brooklyn and Reed Vandosky of Cleveland, Wisconsin. And your winning entry and first place junior goes to entry 1805, Harvest Breeze Else Windstorm, shown by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. And now Judge Sparrow with his reasons.
I promise I'm not switching these around for dramatic effect. This is just a really incredible trio of cows that we've got coming out in this class today. And if I were placing them on udder, I'd go 1, 3, 2. But this is the way I'm placing them today. First place cow wins based on that memory system. She's got more width to her memory system. I love the way it wins at the top compared to my cow in second. Just more capacity all the way through. And the first place cow, I change her attitude, but she is more mobile, has more freedom of movement than this freak-framed cow coming out in second. Second place cow is a problem cow for me in this class because of her extreme frame, extreme length of body. But she has more mass, more power, more chest, more strength through that heart region than this ultra feminine cow coming out in third. Prefer also the levelness on the udder floor, the teeth size compared to this cow coming out in third. But just such a clean, angular dairy cow with a beautiful rear udder. Just lacks that strength right through the heart to get her up any higher today. But she does use that crazy dairy frame and that beautiful rear udder to go over a really nice cow coming out in fourth. Fourth place cow lacks that definition of seam for me today. But she does have more quality with a fore-udder, more snugly attached fore-udder to go over a really nice cow coming out in fifth. Sixth place cow is probably going to make me look stupid one day, but it's as high as I could get a first lactation junior 3-year-old. Love this cow. Can't wait to see her freshen in again, but that's as high as I could get her today. Congratulations.
Over in the red and white ring, Judge Howe has completed his placings in this class of red and white winter calves. In the junior division, the second place junior and also fifth in class is entry 317, Jerry Ann Alpha Phoenix Red, exhibited by Kaylee and Carter Jackson of Barron. The winning junior entry in fourth in class is entry 303, Hill Rose Altitude Amari Red, exhibited by Bentley Blake and Brody Brantmeyer of Hilbert. Placing third in the class is entry 322, Ocean View Heaven Sent Me Red, exhibited by Jason and Jared Pareo of Veguita, New Mexico. Second in the class is entry 325, Miss Script Red ET Twin, exhibited by Jackson Dykesel and Keston and Kinley Martin of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And winning the class and also first place bred and owned is entry 314, Style SA Carry the Joy Red, exhibited by Blake Schrader of Belmont, Wisconsin. Congratulations. And now to Judge for his comments.
Well, again, from end to end, this has been quite a class of winter heifer calves. Give them a round of applause if you will, folks. Rise to the top after it does put it all together for me. She's extremely balanced. She's long from nose to tail, but she's got a very correct rump structure, lots of width through her rump, a I prefer the way she just walks out on her rear legs over a very balanced heifer again, coming out in second. Just a little more heifer from end to end over there, second place heifer as well. That second heifer, beautiful, spring a rib. She's got that long, very feminine head. It's more capacity into her midsection to take her over the heifer in third. This heifer in third, she's such a beautiful feminine heifer. I love her head, I love her length and neck. Just a little silkier hide than the heifer coming out here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just more heifer from end to end, from nose to tail. A heifer that is really clean in the bone and the hock of her leg. I moved the white heifer up when we got her in line. She had more strength in behind her shoulder, in her crop region, and I admire the springer rib over this heifer coming out next with a real clean thigh and a great leg. What a nice class of heifers. Congratulations.
If you're following along in your catalogs, in the red and white show, there were 22 winter calves. Entry 301 was 20th. 302 was 10th and 5th junior. 303 was 4th, the winning junior, and also first place junior bred and owned. Hill Rose Altitude Amari Red, exhibited by Bentley Blake and Brody Brantmeyer of Hilbert. Entry 304 did not show. 305 was 11th. 306 was 14th. 307 did not show. 308 was 22nd. 309 was 21st. 310 was 7th. 311 was 12th. 312 was 13th. 313 did not show. 314 was the winning entry and also first place bred and owned. Style SA Carry the Joy Red, exhibited by Blake Schrader of Belmont. Entry 315 did not show. 316 was 17th. 317 was 5th and 2nd junior. 318 was 19th. 319 was 15th. 320 was 18th. 321 was 6th and 3rd junior. 322 was 3rd. 323 did not show. 324 was 8th and 4th junior. 325 was 2nd. 326 was 16th. 327 did not show. And added entry 328 was 9th for Jeff Jokey of Luxembourg. The class coming into the ring at this time is the fall calves.
In this senior 3-year-old class, placing third and second junior is entry 1905, Ichiban Apple Blessing, shown by Danica Stello of Mindoro, Wisconsin. And second place goes to entry 1902, SGVB Vinium Calise, exhibited by Vaguely Farms and New Generation of Monticello, Wisconsin. And your winning entry, first place junior and first place bred and owned, goes to entry 1908, Genlar Diego Waterloo, exhibited by Brianna and Abby Meyer of Chilton, Wisconsin. And now, Joe, with your reasons.
We've got a logical top 3 here in this class today. The first place cow, a cow that has had 2 calves, been fresh over a year, still has adequate dairiness for me today. She has adequate bloom to her rear udder. She has an extreme enough frame to beat our second prize cow. Second prize cow is a dairy balanced cow with a quality mammary system. I told this young man coming out in second, just doesn't have any extremities. She doesn't like replacing anything extreme enough to get over that extreme frame coming out in first. She does use her definition of seam capacity of rear udder to go over a quality balanced cow coming out in third. Third prize cow is a cow that catches your eye. Just a beautiful cow with ring presence, lacks that capacity of rear udder, lacks that definition of seam to get up any higher today. But she does use that width through the chest, strength through the front end, to go over a clean cut, angular quality cow coming out in fourth. Just doesn't have my kind of heart, my kind of front end to get up any higher. But she does have a quality enough mammary system to go over this Seabiscuit cow that kept closing at the end. Love the fifth place cow mammary system. Like to change the way she moves on those rear legs. But it is udder that takes her over the cows coming out behind her that she's left at the end. Congratulations on a nice group.
Currently entering the Brown Swiss Ring are the entries eligible for Intermediate Champion of the Junior Show. In our Summer Junior 2-year-old class, the first place went to entry 1507, Hobby Stock Famous Braley, exhibited by Garrett Waldenberger of Watertown. Second place Summer Junior 2 went to entry 1503, Trackside Diego Rascal, exhibited by Tenley and Trayton Neville of Judah. In the Spring Junior 2-year-old cow class, entry 1606 was first. She is CIE North Kill Creek Belle, exhibited by Jacob Bentley of Pulaski. And your second place Spring Junior 2 goes to Olson 4th Generation Spell, exhibited by Aaliyah Bunig of Black Earth, Wisconsin. And in the Senior 2-year-old cow class, your winning entry was entry 1709, Genlar Diego Wedding, exhibited by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna. Second went to entry 1704, Genlar Cliff Westward, exhibited by Brianna and Abby Meyer of Chilton. And in the Junior 3-year-old class, entry 1805 was first. She is Harvest Breeze Windstorm, exhibited by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna. Second place, went to entry 1804, Genlar Rasta Warbler, exhibited by Brianne, Brooke, and Reed Vandosky of Cleveland. And in the senior 3-year-old cow class, your winning entry was entry 1908, Genlar Diego Waterloo, exhibited by Brianna and Abby Meyer of Chilton. Second went to entry 1905, Ichiban Apple Blessing, exhibited by Danica Stello of Mindoro. These are the entries eligible for the intermediate champion of the junior show. Judge Sparrow is now ready to select his junior show intermediate champion.
Noonday, same story. All these awesome kids and all these awesome cows that just banged all day in the open show are back out here for selection of intermediate. Let's show these kids a monster round of applause, please. I pulled out my 5. Don't like to usually pull out 5 because you leave 2 hanging with no handshakes. But for a group of kids that's worked this hard with this caliber of cows, they deserve it. I've got what was my, at one point, first in the open show, finished up very close with second, first junior show, black junior 2-year-old here. Just an incredible, massive dairy frame for a junior 2 with a superb udder that lost out to just an incredible rear udder in her class. Then I've got our senior 2-year-old here, a lovely dairy frame, beautiful wide rear udder, clean cut angular cow, missing out on a couple of floors at the top of her rear udder in my eyes today. Then we've got this first prize junior 3, a cow that the main thing I'd like to change about her is her attitude. A cow that when she sets up has a beautiful rear udder, has enough dairiness for me today. Then I've got our second prize junior 3, that freakish dairy frame, a monster cow with a super mammary system, just didn't quite have that pop at the top of the cow ahead of her. Not quite as much width back to that rear udder. And then this first prize senior 3-year-old, another one of these monster dairy frames, a cow that is today not on her wedding day. She's been fresh over a year, lacks that bloom and snap and pop that maybe some of the others have. I'm going to go out here and congratulate your intermediate champion, your reserve, and your honorable mention. And after I do, I think it'd be fitting to give these kids a big round of applause, please. I think when she handles herself, this junior 3-year-old is the logical choice for me today. She probably has the best udder that's back out here. She has enough dairiness for me today to go over this first prize junior 2. She does that on another calf and another width level to her rear udder. That's taking nothing away from this sweetheart black junior 2-year-old that I'm still just wrestling that pair of cows in my mind. She'll use her advantage, just a little bit more mobile on her rear wheels over this powerhouse junior 3 who will be your honorable mention. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our junior-owned intermediate champion cow. She is the junior 3-year-old Harvest Breeze Windstrom, exhibited by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. The reserve intermediate champion is the Spring Junior 2-year-old CIE North Kill Creek Bell, exhibited by Jacob Bentley of Pulaski. And our honorable mention goes to the second place Junior 3-year-old cow, Genlar Rasta Warbler, exhibited by Brianne Brooklyn and Reed Nandowski of Cleveland. Congratulations to our juniors.
Over in the red and white ring, Judge Howe has completed his placings in this class of fall calves. Placing third in the class is entry 405, Miss Believe Flava Flav Ready Tea, exhibited by Crollo, Schultz, and Breeder of Black Creek, Wisconsin. Second in the class, and also second junior, is entry 425, Keeflin Shinedown Red, exhibited by Memphis Mosner of Lancaster. And the winning entry, also first junior and first junior bred and owned, is entry 417, Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by the Harbaugh and Lair families of Marion. Congratulations. Judge Howe, your comments.
That's right, folks. Give them a round of applause. Another great, great class of senior heifers here. Heifer again rises to the top of the class. What I'm looking for is she's very, very balanced. Lots of width, lots of capacity to her midsection. She's got the advantage over the dairy calf coming out here in second. I prefer the way she blends out of her head and neck into her shoulder. And when standing, I prefer the width to her chest, the way she walks on those front feet, and does stand more comfortably on those rear feet. This is a beautiful, stylish calf we got coming in second, though, and that's the style advantage to get her over the heifer in third. It's a little sharper shoulder, a little cleaner thigh. Just a beautiful dairy calf here in second place. Third over fourth, when you get behind this calf, she's got all kinds of spring of rib, and it is that capacity she has to get her over the heifer that's long from nose to tail coming out here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, it is the length of body. She is stronger up through that crop region, and I prefer the way the tail head sits in a little neater than the calf coming out in fifth place. Fifth over sixth, a little more heifer when we got in line from end to end, but I do appreciate the cleanliness of the bone on this October calf coming out sixth. Congratulations.
If you're marking your catalogs, there were 16 fall calves in the red and white show. Entry 401 did not show. 402 was 11. 403 was 6. 404 was 7. 405 was 3rd. Entries 406 and 407 did not show. 408 was 5th and 4th junior. 409 was 8th. 410 was 4th and 3rd junior. 411 and 12 did not show. 413 was 12th. 414 did not show. 415 was 10th. 416 was 9th. 417 was the winning entry, first junior and first junior bred and owned. Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by Harbaugh and Lair of Marion. 418 was 16th. 419 was 15th. 420 did not show. 421 was 14th. 422 and 423 did not show. 424 was 13th, and 425 was 2nd and 2nd junior. Coming into our red and white ring at this time is our class of summer yearlings.
Currently entering the ring are our entries eligible for intermediate champion of the open show. We had 36 young cows shown this morning. In the summer junior 2-year-old class, your winning entry was VB Design Zappy, exhibited by Bagley Farms of Monticello. Your second place summer junior 2 was Fairholm Ray Kamikaze, exhibited by Adam, Allison, Loris, and Julie Cruzy of Holy Cross, Iowa. In the spring junior 2-year-old cow class, your winning entry was Seth's Collapse Princess, exhibited by Sean and Seth Nails and Milk Source of Kaukauna. Second place went to CIE Northkill Bell, exhibited by Jacob Bentley of Pulaski. In the senior 2-year-old cow class, the winner was Hilltop Acres D. Courtney E.T., exhibited by Dennis Mashik of Calamar, Iowa. And second place went to Genlar Diego Wedding, exhibited by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna. In the junior 3-year-old cow class, your winning entry was Harvest Breeze Else Windstorm, exhibited by Tristan Ostrom of Kaukauna. And second place junior 3-year-old goes to Genlar Rasta Warbler, exhibited by Brianne Brooklyn and Reed Vendosky of Cleveland. And in the senior 3-year-old cow class, the winner was Genlar Diego Waterloo, exhibited by Brianna and Abby Meyer of Chilton. Second place went to SGVB Biniam Calise, exhibited by Vaguely Farms and New Generation of Monticello. These are the entries eligible for the Intermediate Champion of the Open Show. Judge Sparrow is about to make his selection for the Intermediate Champion of the Brown Swiss Show.
Folks, how about a round of applause for these awesome cows? Taking nothing away from the group that got over next to the rail, but these 5 are my kind of ladies. Our first prize, junior 3-year-old. Let's cut right to the chase. Her rerunner's a little tricky for me to analyze. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I love the extreme width that she's got. So that man suspenseful leg thing a little bit. She beat the cow right behind her based on having more boom boom in the back room. The cow in second there right behind her was ahead of her for a while based on that massive dairy frame rib. What one's got the other one doesn't have, and what one's got the other one doesn't have. Stop me if you've heard that before. Then this first prize senior 2-year-old. Not the flashiest cow you're going to see today. But when you break her down, folks, she's good. Beautiful manly system. Not the prettiest of it. Lacks maybe a little bit of veins back to that rear udder, but it's as correct as they come. A cow that, in my eyes, needs to milk off just a freckle of flesh over the next 30 days. But if she does, hello, darling. Then our first and second prize junior 3-year-olds. This first prize junior 3-year-old is a cow that's been talked about a lot in the last hour. Beautiful memory system. That four-udder's got all I want, though. I wouldn't want to see any more stretch to that thing for me today. She's got that balance that I like, though. Beautiful width to that rear udder. She's got enough seam. It was that rear udder. It was that freedom of movement that took her over this freaky frame cow that's standing right behind her. A cow that I love the mass and length and power she's got. Just didn't have as much rear udder. Wasn't quite as comfy on those rear wheels. Get up in the top spot. I'm going to scamper out here and congratulate the reserve, your intermediate, and I'm going to mention in that order. And after I do, I think it'll be pretty cool if you show your appreciation. Junior 3's not a runaway intermediate for me, but she's got enough of the right parts to take her over this senior 2. More width to that rear udder, has the advantage in another calf, probably a freckle cleaner throughout. Senior 2 over the junior 3. Based on what I can see with the rear udder, I'm giving the nod to the senior 2. Congratulations. Can't wait to see some older girls.
Congratulations to Kristen Ostrom showing the intermediate champion, this junior 3-year-old cow, Harvest Breeze Else Windstorm. And reserve intermediate champion goes to the senior 2-year-old, Hilltop Acres D. Courtney, exhibited by Dennis Mashik of Kalmar, Iowa. Honorable mention goes to our spring junior 2-year-old, Seth's Collapse Princess, exhibited by Sean and Seth Nails and Milk Source LLC of Kaukauna. Congratulations. Our intermediate champion awards come from Holt and Nikki Bagley family, and reserve intermediate champion awards are from the Oak Knoll Farm, Randy and Tammy Rule.
over in the red and white ring, your child has completed his placings in this class of summer yearlings. In the junior division, second place junior is entry 502. Miss Let's Party Longer Red ET, exhibited by Jacob Bentley and Tyler Luch of Pulaski. The winning junior is entry 512. Mead Manor U Annabelle Red ET, exhibited by Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. Placing third in the class and also first place Brennan owned is entry 518. JH Elite A Jackie Chan Red, exhibited by Jess Hart of Marshfield. Second in the class is entry 519. Miss Movin' Alia Red, exhibited by Brindley Dijon of Dyersville, Iowa. And winning the class is entry 507. D-Ridge DC Hot Tamale Red ET, exhibited by LaFemme Fatal, Milk Source, and Eric Olstead of Kakana, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on the class.
Well, let's give a round of applause. This is a really, really quality class of summer yearlings from end to end, please. There are similar meat heifers here at the top. They've actually even got very similar characteristics about their head. The heifer comes to the top of the class. She's just a little crisper, cleaner up to her neck. I prefer the way she just walks a touch more comfortably on those rear legs. This heifer winning is a high style, high balanced heifer. Heifer in second over the heifer in third. She's a really balanced dairy heifer once again. A little more heifer overall than the heifer coming over in third. A heifer that's just a little more width as well through her chest structure than the calf in third. Calf in third over the calf over fourth. She's cleaner in her crop reaching, cleaner through her thigh, and over the heifer coming out here in fourth. I made a switch here when we got in line. The heifer in fourth showed us more capacity in the midsection, more spring of rib from being from behind, and that gets her ahead of the long body heifer coming out in fifth. Fifth over sixth, it's the width of muzzle, the length throughout, longer from the hooks to the pins, over a really balanced heifer here that's coming out in sixth place. But what a nice class of heifers. Congratulations.
In our brown Swiss ring in the 4-year-old cow class, entry 2202 is third and first junior. She is Random Luck MP Top Gun, exhibited by Matthew Thompson of Darlington. And second place and first place bred and owned goes to Pit Crew Daredevil Shade, exhibited by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. And your winning entry is entry 2207, Hilltop Acres H. Demara, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. Now Judge Sparrow will give us his reasons.
Temperatures rising in the brown Swiss ring. When this 4-year-old hit the ring, it was lights out. She's taking on all challengers. This is an incredible memory system. She's got more weight to that rear letter, more capacity at the top of the rear letter. And this sleek area of cow got second. You love the clean up some manuaries. She's got that front end to get her up in the top spot. And it doesn't have the capacity at the extreme points of that memory system either. But she does use that advantage that she's got in the rear letter herself. She's got a really nice cow coming out third. Third place cow, you love the length of body she's got. Really prefer the length of four-letter attachment, particularly on the left side compared to this two-calf cow coming out in fourth place. Love the big dairy frame she's got on her. It is that frame that takes her over the white cow coming out third. Third place cow, this is third calf cow. This doesn't have that extreme stretch to her frame to her. She's maybe just not quite handling those rear legs as comfortably as big today. Cow coming out here. So can you appreciate the capacity that she's got in the family system? Another cow that's just not skating as freely on those wheels as I'd like to see her get her up any higher in the class today. It doesn't have that extreme dariness either to get up there in that group. Congratulations, nice class of cows.
If you're marking your catalogs, in the red and white show, there were 18 summer yearlings. Entry 501 was 9th, 502 was 7th, second junior, and the winning junior bred and owned entry for Jacob Bentley and Tyler Luch of Pulaski. 503 was 15. 504 was 14. 505 was 12. Entry 506 was 11 and 4th junior. 507 was the winning entry. D-Ridge DC Hot Tamale Ready Tea, exhibited by La Femme Fatale, Milk Source LLC, and Eric Olstead of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Entry 508 was 10. 509 did not show. 510 was 6. 511 was 8th and 3rd junior. 512 was 4th and the winning junior for Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. 513 was 18. 514 was 17. 515 and 16 did not show. 517 was 16. 518 was 3rd and first place Brent Knowles for Jess Hart of Marshfield. 519 was 2nd. 520 did not show. 521 was 5th. And 522 was 13th and 5th junior. Coming into the ring at this time is our class of red and white spring yearlings.
Attention exhibitors, if you have an outstanding fee bill, please pay that bill before 11 o'clock today. If you don't have the bill paid, there will be a $25 service charge. So again, all fee bills are due by 11 o'clock today.
Chow has completed his placings in this class of red and white spring yearlings. Placing third in the class, and also third junior, is entry 604. Miss Curvale Ablin Reddy T, exhibited by Michaela, Caleb, Katie, Kylie, and Jacqueline Osinga of Pico, Texas. Second in the class, also second junior in the winning bred and own entry, is 607. B. Jolie Hulu Journey Red, exhibited by Brea, Hayden, Kenley, and Gavin Pollock of Van Dyne, Wisconsin. And winning the class, and also first place junior, is entry 609, Parallel Altitude Trinity Red, exhibited by Ty Keegan and Caden Medeiros of Fond du Lac. Congratulations. Judge, your comments on this class.
Well, the quality in this class from Indiana is there's not a bad heifer in this class, wherever they may be in the middle or at the end of it there. So give them a round of applause. What a nice class. Heifer winning the class, so she fits the pattern, she's open, she's balanced, she's a real dairy heifer. She's got an advantage in having a little more width through her chest. She's a little longer and through her rump structure, and she's got great capacity when she gets herself in line. The heifer in second over the heifer in third. She's a heifer that shows a little more narrowness up through the head and neck. She's a little more feminine in through her head. She's deeper in her foreleg and one deep from behind. She does have a little more rear flank, a little cleaner in the morning and hock, if you will, as well. High style heifer here in third. It is the style. It is the added little bit of length about her. She's got a great bone to her leg, and I prefer the way she handles those rear legs. She will have a very strong passer to get her over the heifer in fourth. Fourth over fifth, a heifer that's just a little long, a little stronger in through her loin structure. This heifer's got a lot of width about her. I like that advantage. Really walks correctly on her feet and legs. Heifer in fifth over the heifer in sixth. Just a little cleaner through her neck, a little cleaner through her thigh. Then the heifer coming out here in sixth place. Lots of femininity about her head and a big strong heifer. Congratulations.
In our brown Swiss ring, the 5-year-old cows have been placed, and our winning junior entry goes to entry 2302, Powerline Cade Swagger, exhibited by Kennelyn Waddell of Waterloo, Wisconsin. Our second place entry and second place bred and owned goes to entry 2303, Pit Crew Phantom Pristine, exhibited by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. And our winning entry and first place bred and owned goes to entry 2306. She is VB Phantom Sinister, exhibited by Bailey Farms of Monticello, Wisconsin. Now, Judge Sparrow, with your reasons.
Last night I didn't have anything to keep me up. Tonight this 5-year-old class is going to do that. Two totally different cows coming out here, but an incredible pair of cows. I'm winning with a cow that has the advantage today in dairiness. She's cleaner all the way through. Cleaner through that top. Cleaner through that thigh. A little bit more feminine through that head and neck region and over the shoulder. And then the glaring thing that I guess has been rolling around in my mind is there has to be an advantage. There has to be a reward for calving in 1.5 times more. And that's the separation between this pair of cows. And it makes me appreciate the honesty of the gentleman coming out in second to tell me that. Second place cow's got more pop at the top of that rear. I love the width that she's got. I love the uphill run that she's got. I would like to tuck that forerunner in a little bit nicer on the right side. I would like to change that teeth size and shape. She obviously has the advantage over the cow coming out third with that massive, powerful frame, the balance from the end. Third place cow is another beautiful manner system. She's got an advantage over the cow coming out fourth. A little bit more definition of seam, a little bit more width. But if she's the fourth over the pair of cows coming out behind her, the pair of cows just don't have that width that I'd like to see to get any higher. Congratulations on an outstanding class.
In our 6-year-old and older cow class on the brown Swiss ring, the third place and second place bred and owned goes to entry 2404, Oak Knoll Top Pick, exhibited by Joseph Rule of Dodgeville, Wisconsin. Second place and second place junior goes to entry 2402, Horseshoe Hill N.U. Garland, exhibited by Alexis Blankenberg of Platteville. And your winning entry, first place junior and first place bred and owned goes to entry 2406, Random Luck Victory Rose, shown by Matthew Thompson of Darlington. Now Judge Sparrow with your reasons.
Four here in our age scout class. Cows can shake up a couple different ways, but I'll start with this smaller cow that's so big cut and angular. Love the beautiful open sticky ribs that she's got. Didn't make her best rear udder. She's got the highest and widest rear udder in the class today. Cow that probably wins this class today on the dairiness and mobility. Love how clean she is through that leg compared to the cow coming out in second. Second place cow is another really nice rear udder cow. Love the balance that she's got in her frame. Just like to make her more feminine. Maybe her up right through that leg region. Maybe her up really about that head and neck region as well. We take her up in the top spot. She does use her memory system to go for the cow coming out third. Love the height in which she's got a rear udder compared to this cow that's had more calves coming out in third place. Third place cow can place over this milk wagon coming out fourth based on her mobility. I just think she floats around the ring a little bit more freely than this cow comes out for. Really four nice cows.
Over in the red and white ring, Judge Howe has completed his placings in this class of winter yearlings. Third in the class and the winning bred note entry is 703, D-Ridge Dice Hottie Red ET, exhibited by Darlington Ridge Farms and Reggie and Christy Camps of Darlington. Second in the class and also second junior is entry 702, Ms. Synergy Soren Red ET, exhibited by Jameson Jokey and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. And winning the class and also first junior is entry 707, Synergy Sundrop Slushy Red, exhibited by Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Howe, your comments.
Well, once again, older heifers here, and the quality in this class, once again, wherever they landed in the class or placings, every exhibitor deserves a round of applause here if you look close. Coming to the top of the class, a heifer with follow suit. She's a heifer with all kinds of width throughout, all kinds of balance, lots of capacity to her midsection. I just prefer the way that she handles her front feet when she's out moving over. A similar main heifer here coming out in second. Heifer in first also just got that advantage, just a little fuller and deeper in the forward rear flank. Over a heifer again, lots of width. It's the width that this heifer possesses to get her over the heifer in second. The width through her own structure, the fullness when you get in behind them, a little added fullness to the rear flank. Then the ultra dairy heifer here coming out in third. Heifer in third over fourth. It's the cleanliness of the bone quality in her leg. She's a strong pasturing heifer and a real thin-hided heifer here, the heifer in third. Fourth over fifth. Heifer is just a little more natural than the heifer coming out in fifth. Doesn't require quite as much hair up to the front end. And nice long-bodied heifer here. Heifer in fifth over the heifer in sixth. A little more cleanliness in the bone. And I prefer the way she handles those rear feet over the heifer coming out in fifth. Fifth over sixth, just smoothness, blending up parts throughout. A really, really good class of heifers again. Congratulations.
Our winning entry in the production cow class is entry 2501, Tara Rosecliffe Shasta, exhibited by Adele Biasini of Kalmar, Iowa.
Just a single entry here. She must have scared off all the competition. A 7-year-old cow, 4 lactations, beautiful manual system. Just a silky dairy mane, incredible cow. She's going to have quite a bit more competition. Congratulations.
If you're marking your votes in the red and white show, there were 7 winter yearlings. Entry 701 was 4th and 3rd junior. 702 was 2nd and 2nd junior. 703 was 3rd and 1st place bred and owned for Darlington Ridge Farms and Reggie and Christy Camps of Darlington. 704 was 5th. 705 was 6th. Entry 706 was 7th. And 707 was the winning entry and also 1st place junior, Synergy Sundrop Slushy Red, exhibited by Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of Newfoundland. In the ring at this time is our class of red and white ball yearlings. Exhibitors, there's just 3 entries in this class, so please be bringing those eligible for junior champion of the junior show to the ring. We'll be following our junior champion of the junior show with our selection of junior champion of the open show, and then conclude the Wisconsin Summer Championship Red and White show with our group classes.
In the brown Swiss ring, we will be doing selection of our senior champion, followed by selection of our grand champion of the junior show. Currently in the ring are the entries eligible for senior champion of the junior show. Your winning 4-year-old cow was entry 2202, Random Luck MP Top Gun, exhibited by Matthew Thompson of Darlington. The 2nd place 4-year-old cow is Bittersweet Glenwood Rashida, exhibited by Tenley and Trayton Neville of Judah. And your winning 5-year-old cow is entry 2302, Powerline Cave Swagger, exhibited by Kendallyn Waddell of Waterloo. And in the 6-year-old and older cow class, your winning cow was entry 2406, Random Luck Victory Rose, exhibited by Matthew Thompson of Waterloo. 2nd place went to entry 2402, Horseshoe Hill NU Garland, exhibited by Alexis Flakenberg of Platteville. These are your entries eligible for the senior champion of the junior show.
Over in the red and white ring, Judge Howe has completed his placings in this class of fall yearlings. 3rd in the class, the winning junior is entry 803, Andrews Alt Firefly Ready Tea, exhibited by Jasmine and Chase Haig of Colby. 2nd in the class is entry 802, Miss Believe Fine as Wine Ready Tea, exhibited by Proto, Schultz, and Breeder of Black Earth, Wisconsin. And winning the class and also 1st place bred and owned is entry 801, Mara Delight Raven Ready Tea, exhibited by Heartland Dairy and Bentley Family Farms of Pulaski. Congratulations. Judge Howe?
Well, not a big class, but 3 really nice heifers here. Winning the class with a heifer, for me, is the most balanced throughout in her dairy frame. She walks really correctly on the feet and legs with an advantage on the way she handles her front feet over the heifer in a second. Just a little more capacity when you get viewed from behind. Then the heifer coming out in second place here. Second over third, both long-bodied heifers from nose to tail. However, I prefer the smoothness of the blending of parts, particularly in the rump structure, the length from hooks to pins, the way the tail head sits down. Just a touch neater. Over again, another long-bodied heifer here with a clean 5 coming out in third. Thank you. Congratulations.
Judge Sparrow will now select his senior champion of the junior show.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, let's join together and give the all these Brown Swiss youngsters a big round of applause, please. We have 5 entries back out here, so let's just run them all out. All these cows deserve the applause. We've got our first and second prize 4-year-olds, first prize cow. Just the cow you love, that frame to her. A cow with a lot of extension, the nose, the tail, with a quality memory system. The second prize 4-year-old. How you appreciate the capacity she's got back to that rear udder. And our first prize 5-year-old, another quality memory system on this cow. And then our first and second prize age cows, a pair of cows that were relatively close in their class. I went with the little cow that could. She's sharper, cleaner, more feminine throughout. In addition, she's got more width back to that rear udder. That's taken up the play from our second prize age cow. Another powerful cow, a little rising up that rear udder. Really have to appreciate as well. I'm going to stand for out here and congratulate my senior champion, my reserve, and my opposition in that order. And after I do it, Greg can show us some congratulations. I think it shakes out pretty logical for me today. This little cow is just, she's all balanced, all cleaned up, it's all angularity, just moves around the ring so freely compared to our second prize age cow. In addition, as I said in class, she's cleaner, she's got more capacity to that rear udder than this powerful cow. It's our reserve champion, our reserve rank champion. She's just got more rear udder, more height at the top of that rear udder than the first prize 4-year-old. Congratulations to an awesome trio of cows.
Congratulations to Matthew Thompson, showing the senior champion of the junior show with his 6-year-old and older cow. She is Random Luck Victory Rose. The reserve senior champion goes to Alexis Blakenberg of Platteville. Her cow is a second place 6-year-old. She is Horseshoeville N.U. Garland. And the honorable mention goes to the 4-year-old cow, Random Luck MP Top Gun, also owned by Matthew Thompson. Next up will be our selection of Grand Champion of the Junior Show.
Under the red and white ring, we've begun our junior champion parade for today's Wisconsin Summer Championship Red and White Junior Show. Starting with our pair of winning spring calves from exhibitors 10 and under. First place in that class was entry 105. Crest Hills, Sephora Red T, exhibited by Briley Riker, Ledger, and Corbin Ferry of Hilbert. Second junior in that class is entry 101. Overland Hulu Charlotte Red, exhibited by Carter and Cashton Coffeen of De Pere. In our class of spring calves, the first place junior was entry 214. Trent Quay Archery Ready T, exhibited by Garrett and Walker Alness of Valders. Second junior in that class was also the winning junior from the 10 and under class, entry 105. Crest Hill Sephora Red ET, exhibited by Riley, Riker, Ledger, and Corbin Ferry of Hilbert, Wisconsin. In the winter calf class, first place junior was entry 303. Hill Rose Altitude Amari Red, exhibited by Bentley Blake and Brody Brandmeyer of Hilbert, Wisconsin. Second junior in that class was entry 317. Jerian Alpha Phoenix Red, exhibited by Kaylee and Carter Jackson of Barron. In our class of fall calves, the winning junior was entry 417. Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by Harbaugh and Lair of Marion. Second junior in the fall calf class was entry 425. Heathland Shinedown Red, exhibited by Memphis Mosner of Lancaster. In our class of summer yearlings, first place junior was entry 512. Mead Manor New Annabelle Red ET, exhibited by Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. Second place junior was entry 502. Miss Let's Party Longer Red ET, exhibited by Jacob Bentley and Tyler Booch of Pulaski. In the spring yearling class, the winning junior was entry 609. Parallel Altitude Trinity Red, exhibited by Ty, Keegan, and Caden Medeiros of Fond du Lac. Second junior was entry 607. Be Jolly Hulu Journey Red, exhibited by Brea, Caden, Penley, and Gavin Pollock of Van Dyne. In the winter yearling class, first place junior was entry 707. Synergy Sundrop Slushy Red, exhibited by Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. Second in that class was entry 702. Ms. Synergy Soren Red ET, exhibited by Jameson Jokey and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. And finally, coming into the ring is our winning fall yearling in the junior division, entry 803. Andrews Alt Firefly Red ET, exhibited by Jasmine and Chase Hay of Colby. Again, these are your juniors eligible for junior champion of today's Red and White Championship show.
In the Brown Swiss ring, Judge Sparrow will now select his grand champion of the junior show.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these kids one last big round of applause, please. It's been an awesome junior show up here. It makes my heart happy to see all these kids out here showing cows. I ain't flying in there all day in the open show. I've already talked about all 5 of these cows enough. I'm going to go out and congratulate our grand champion, our reserve, and our honorable mention in that order. And after I do, it'd be pretty nice if you showed them some congratulations. Rock the boat here a little bit. This junior brings a good rip. I think she's got a better memory system to her than our senior champion cow. I prefer the definition of seam. I prefer the bangs that she's got going over with her. I will grant our reserve grand champion cows Heifers got more cleanliness, more femininity to her today. Just lacks that velocity to her rear udder, get her up in the top spot. In addition, she's not the biggest cow in the world, but she does use that beautiful dairy frame to go over our junior 2-year-old, who will be your honorable mention. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Tristan Ostrom, showing the grand champion of the junior show with his junior 3-year-old, Harvest Breeze Windstorm. And the reserve grand champion goes to the 6-year-old and older cow, Random Luck Victory Rose, exhibited by Matthew Thompson. And our honorable mention goes to the spring junior 2-year-old. She is CIE North Kill Creek Belle, exhibited by Jacob Bentley of Pulaski, Wisconsin. And our champion bred and owned cow of the junior show goes to the 4-year-old cow. Her name is Random Luck MP Top Gun, exhibited by Matthew Thompson of Darlington. We'd like to thank our sponsor of the Junior Owned Grand Champion Award, the Wisconsin Brown Swiss Juniors, in memory of Megan White.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, exhibitors, your juniors have put on one heck of a high-quality heifer show here today. Give them a round of applause, please. I think you must appreciate the balance of these heifers we have out, the good feet and legged heifers. Lots of width of chest, lots of capacity in their midsection, good structure to make cows on down the road. If you were present yesterday, you'll understand that I do encourage crowd participation. So if you would, we're going to go find our junior champion, reserve, and honorable mention in that order. And put your hands together and we'll make a little noise as we do it, folks. Well, you really got to admire these 3 heifers here. All 5 want to get out, but it's the finer details. This heifer, the senior calf that went there, they were closely in class. Heifer, just again, prefer the head and neck, the way it blends out of her shoulder, all kinds of capacity. This heifer works on an exceptional feet and legs here for your junior champion and the junior show. And it's the overall dairiness of this heifer for reserve over the junior on. Both square cut, wide frame heifers. And again, the honorable mention, I love the width throughout, and she's a high style calf with balance. Congratulations to your winners here. Give them another round of applause, folks. That was a heck of a junior show in the Red and Whites this morning.
Congratulations to the junior champion in today's Wisconsin Summer Red and White Championship Junior Show. She's the winning fall calf, entry 417. Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by the Harbaugh and Lair families of Marion, Wisconsin. The reserve junior champion was the 2nd place fall calf in the junior show, entry 425. Heathland Shine Down Red, exhibited by Memphis Mosner of Lancaster, Wisconsin. We'd also like to recognize the champion bred and owned heifer of the junior show. And that was also the junior champion, entry 417, Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by Harbaugh and Lair of Marion. Again, congratulations, juniors. That award was also presented by Hammer Time Holstein, so special thank you to them for the trophy presentation.
Currently in the Brown Swiss ring are our entries eligible for senior champion of the open show. We have the 4-year-old cow, Hilltop Acres H. Gamara, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. The second place 4-year-old is Pit Crew Daredevil Shea, exhibited by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. The 5-year-old cows, VB Phantom Sinister, exhibited by Bagley Farms of Monticello. And your second place 5-year-old cow is Pit Crew Phantom Christine, exhibited by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. In the 6-year-old and older cow class, your winner was Random Luck Victory Rose, exhibited by Matthew Thompson of Darlington. Second place went to Horseshoe Hill N.U. Garland, exhibited by Alexis Blakenberg of Platteville. And in the production class, we have Tara Rose Cliff Shasta, exhibited by Adele Biasini of Kalmar, Iowa. Now Judge Sparrow will select our senior champion of the open show.
All right, folks, give these Brown Swiss exhibitors a tremendous round of applause. The heifers were fun, the young cows were really fun, and the old cows just kept getting better. I pulled out 4 oddball number to pull out if somebody's left standing, but it would have been a disgrace to have left one of these 4 cows over against the rail. I've got my first prize 4-year-old, a cow that's better looking than the middle of Langley. The only thing I would change about hers is zip code. Incredible mating system, dairy, clean, correct legged, has more than enough strength for me. In this first and second prize 5-year-olds. Everybody's seen Animal House. I've got one little guy on this shoulder saying, bacon, bacon, bacon. One guy on this shoulder saying, trap, trap, trap. Well, Bagley won. This First prize cow was wet as a catfish. It was that area, that extreme clean cut. They took her over our second prize cow. A cow that is just rear runner phenomenon. Love the bounce, love the strength she's got, tons of eye appeal. Lost that class because of a half difference, if you really want to get down to it. And then this first prize component cow, a cow that really deserved to beat some cows today. A cow with an incredible memory system. Love the dairy frame that she's got, width to the udder. Really super cow. Needs to be out here as well. I'm going to go out here and congratulate the senior champion, the reserve, and the honorable mention in that order. On this 4-year-old, she's taking on any challenges today. Reserve on the 5-year-old that won, honorable mention on the second class 5-year-old. Congratulations to these exhibitors, breeders, anybody that played part in these 3 awesome cows.
Congratulations to the 4-year-old cow. She is named the senior champion of the open show. Hilltop Acres H. Damara, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. The reserve senior champion goes to the 5-year-old cow. VV Phantom Sinister, exhibited by Bagley Farms of Monticello. And the honorable mention goes to the second place 5-year-old. She is Pit Crew Phantom Christine, exhibited by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota.
Over in the red and white ring, we've begun our junior champion parade of today's Wisconsin Summer Championship show. Starting out with our pair of winning spring calves. First in the class was entry 206. Family Hulu Tegan Ready T, exhibited by Brian Coyne and Patrick Craig of Waterloo. Second in the class is entry 214. Trentway Our Dream Ready T, exhibited by Garrett and Walker Alness of Valders. In the winter calf class, there were 22 shown, and the winning entry was 314. Style SA Carry the Joy Red, exhibited by Blake Schrader of Belmont, Wisconsin. Second in that class was entry 325, Miss Script Red ET Twin, exhibited by Jackson Dykesel and Keston and Kinley Martin of Modesto, California. In the fall calf class, there were 16 shown, and the winning entry was 417. Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by Carla and Lair of Marion. Second in that class was entry 425. Heathland Shine Down Red, exhibited by Memphis Mosner of Lancaster. In a class of 18 summer yearlings, the winning entry was 507. D-Ridge DC Hot Tamale Red ET, exhibited by La Femme Fatale, Milk Source LLC, and Eric Olstead of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Second in that class was entry 519. Ms. Boobin Alia Red, exhibited by Brindley DeYoung of Dyersville, Iowa. In the class of spring yearlings, there are 11 entries, and the winner was 609. Parallel Altitude Trinity Red, exhibited by Ty Keegan and Caden Medeiros of Fond du Lac. Second in that class was entry 607. Be Jolly Hulu Journey Red, exhibited by Brea Caden, Henley, and Gavin Pollock of Van Dyne, Wisconsin. In the class of winter yearlings, there were 7 shown, and the winning entry was 707. Synergy Sundrop Slushy Red, exhibited by Aubrey Dahl and Kaylee Gillett of New Franken. Second in the class was entry 702. Ms. Synergy Soren Red ET, exhibited by Jameson Jogi and Kaylee New Franken. And finally, in our class of fall yearlings, the winning entry was 801, Mara Delight Raven Ready Tea, exhibited by Heartland Dairy and Bentley Family Farms of Pulaski. Second in that class was entry 802, Ms. Believe Fine as Wine Ready Tea, exhibited by Curlo, Schultz, and Breeder of Black Creek. We'd like to thank our trophy sponsor for this class, Scenic Vale Genetics.
Judge Sparrow will now select the grand champion of the Brown Swiss Show.
What a five of cows. Folks, let's give them some clapping, please. It's been a privilege, honor, pleasure, all of the above to get to come up here and judge this show. You all have given me a chance to get caught up on my sleep, get out and chop a little silage, and now I gotta think about how I'm gonna beat these cows myself in about a month, which is something I don't know if I can do. What an incredible fivesome, incredible group of exhibitors, great big man, awesome folks here to help me out. These breeders, exhibitors, everybody, really hats off to them. I'm going to go out here and congratulate the grand reserve and honorable mention. I've talked enough, and then you can clap. When it comes down to it, it was this 4-year-old and everybody else. And I'm not splitting up this pair of 5-year-olds today. So congratulations, Green on the 4-year-old, Reserve on the first prize 5, honorable mention on the second prize 5. I want to see these young cows again. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our Brown Swiss Grand Champion cow. She is the 4-year-old Hilltop Acres H. Demara, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. Our reserve grand champion and champion bred and owned goes to the winning 5-year-old cow, BB Phantom Sinister, exhibited by Bagley Farms of Monticello, Wisconsin. And our honorable mention goes to the second place 5-year-old, Pit Crew Phantom Christine, exhibited by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. We'd like to thank our award sponsors. For the grand champion, there is Bagley Farms in memory of Howard Bagley and Sunshine Genetics. And our reserve grand champion award sponsor is the Bentley family.
Over in the red and white ring, we've reached the culmination of today's Red and White Summer Championship show. As Judge Howe is about to select his junior champion. In total, he's judged 107 heifers and placed 53 cows yesterday for a total of 160 head. And we're so grateful he's here and are excited as he names his junior champion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't make me normally pull 7 heifers out. We have the room and just really wanted to show off, to showcase everybody here and who may be watching along what a quality red and white heifer show you've had. Congratulations to the breeders and exhibitors. Please give yourself a round of applause. It's a trick to find the stamp and stick to it. We've been able to do that. Our March cows were excused, but all the way through here. I'd like to thank the Wisconsin Red and White Association for having me come to judge your show, to the breeders and exhibitors for having me. It's truly an honor and a privilege for me to be in Wisconsin yesterday to evaluate your cows and to evaluate your heifers here today. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Shows like this take a lot of organization, takes a lot of money, takes a lot of sponsorship. Have a look at the people that sponsored your classes. Do a little trade and commerce with them. give back to the people that support. There's a lot of youth represented here, and get to do a little business with those people. To your committee, all the volunteers that spend countless hours to put the show on it, just throughout the year, just not here. You know, congratulations to them. Give those folks a round of applause too. Thanks to my rig band, the people working the crew, and again, thank you to our social media department. It's fabulous the way they are able to present the results of your Wisconsin Summer Show to the masses sitting at home. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time to make the junior champion of your Red and White Holstein Summer Show. Put your hands together with me. Let's make a little bit of noise and find our junior champion. Well, the quality of this show has been mighty impressive. Your junior champion, those words describe her too. She is impressive. The femininity of this heifer, when she's out handling herself correctly, the lead person's done a tremendous job keeping her under control. You watch this heifer walk, the feminine head and neck, the open sweep and deep to her rib. She's got width from behind. She's got an advantage in just being cleaner in the bone in her hock. It's a little more feminine in that head, a little thinner hiding than your reserve champion heifer. Take nothing away from that is one square, balanced, high style calf. She's got the advantage in just having a little more capacity to her than over our honorable mention for junior champion here. You've had a great show, been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Give them another round of applause, folks.
Congratulations to the junior champion of the Wisconsin Summer Championship Red and White Show. She's the winning summer yearling, entry 507. D-Ridge DC Hot Tamale Ready Tea, exhibited by Latham Fatal Milk Source LLC and Eric Osted of Kaukauna, Wisconsin. The reserve junior champion is also the champion bred and owned heifer of today's show, the winning winter calf, entry 314. Style Essay Carry the Joy Red, exhibited by Blake Schrader of Belmont, Wisconsin. An honorable mention honors go to the winning fall calf, entry 417. Bella Ridge Believe in Joy Red, exhibited by Harbaugh and Lair of Marion. Again, congratulations to all of these exhibitors. We'd also like to take this moment to recognize a few special awards before we move into group classes, starting with the premier exhibitor of the Red and White Show, and that's for the Heifers. That award was presented by Trevana Holsteins. The premier exhibitor of the Heifer Show also goes to Trevana, Bill Schultz, and Yvonne Creeder. Congratulations.
Currently in the Brown Swiss ring, we have the best three females. Our winning entry is Abby and Brianna Meyer of Chilton, Wisconsin, and second place goes to Vaguely Farms of Monticello. Judge Sparrow?
Group classes are tough, especially when you got a group of all young cows and another group of old and young. I feel like this first place group to me is a little bit more consistent pattern of the three cows compared to the other three. I know it must be a group that's got my reserve grand champion. First prize cows got more power, more mass, and strength of that frame, and I think when it comes to others, it's probably a was. Congratulations, first prize on this group, second prize on that group.
Back to the red and white ring, we'll continue with those special award presentations with Premier Breeder Heifer Show. Special thanks to Wisconsin Red White Dairy Cattle Association for sponsoring that award. Premier breeder of the Heifer Show goes to Jacob and Claire Batley of Pulaski. Congratulations. The Premier Exhibitor Award is sponsored by Cellcrest, and that award, the overall award for Premier Exhibitor, goes to Jacob and Claire Batley of Batley Family Farms, again of Pulaski. Congratulations to the Batley family. And finally, Premier Breeder Overall was sponsored by Milk Source Genetics, and that award also goes to Jacob and Claire Batley of Pulaski.
Judge Sparrow will now comment on our produce of dam class.
As if there was any doubt, these two cows were sisters, two peaks in Ohio, nationally very quality memory systems, well observed, Sparrow County. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Brianna and Abby Meyer with their winning produce of dam. Judge Sparrow will now give us his comments on the dam and offspring class.
Just another single entry here, well deserved enough blue ribbon, and as Bob Hackett pointed out, no doubt who's mama and who's daughter. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Sarah and Bo Price of Montfort, Wisconsin, with their dam and offspring class.
Over in the red and white ring, Judge Howe is ready to make some comments on this class of Junior Best 3.
Well, congratulations. Just one group. That's unfortunate they didn't have a little more competition. They're balanced, they're very uniform. This is a group of 3 that can handle a little competition. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the entry from Darlington Ridge Farm of Darlington, Wisconsin. Red and white exhibitors, this is last call. If you're entered in any of the group classes, please be coming to the ring immediately.
We are looking for Dakota Paulson Bagley to report to the Brown Swiss ring. Dakota, if you could make your way to the Brown Swiss ring.
Attention in the barns, Batley Farms, if you could have a few representatives come to the ring for a photo presentation, that would be great. from Bentley Family Farms to the ring.
Well, again, in this produce of game, just a one entry, but, and again, like the balance of these heifers, they're hard top heifers, they've got great beef legs. There's definitely a cow in there transmitting and doing her job. So congratulations to this group.
Congratulations to the produce of Dan Winter, the entry from Travis and Savannah Crollo, William Schultz, and Yvonne Creeder of Black Creek.
We would like to congratulate our premier breeders and premier exhibitors in the Brown Swiss ring. Our premier breeder is Jen Lar, and our premier exhibitor is Bagley Farms of Monticello. And we have one additional award, and that young man is making his way to the ring right now, and that award is the Lawrence Hansen Sportsmanship Award, sponsored by the Wisconsin Brown Swiss State Junior Show, and that goes to Dakota Paulson Bagley. Congratulations, Dakota. We would like a representative of Moshix and also Matthew Thompson to report to the Brown Swiss ring. We have a few awards for you to pick up.